It's your girl Anita Hogan, and this is my video diary about my journey in the diaspora so far. Yeah. Okay, now, if you're coming across my video for the first time and you're wondering, what's this lady blabbing about? Well, all I can advise here is, why don't you just pull a stool by and listen to me blah, 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 blah about my journey in the blah, blah, blah diaspora. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now seriously, this was a video diary I created some time ago to afford people like me the opportunity to tell their stories, share their experiences, talk about things they have had to overcome while settling in their new country of residence, wherever in the world. Yes. Not so much blah after all, eh? Okay, now, the last video I put up was about the challenges of, socializing while living in the diaspora. And I must say I got a lot of responses, some very interesting responses. And I got two very nice letters from two guys. And because of these two letters, I am going to continue on the topic, the challenges of socializing while living in the diaspora. Well, before I begin to share these two letters that I got, I would like to say a very big thank you to all of you out there who take out your time to watch my video. For those of you who take out time to, write comments, I would like to say a very big thank you. For those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would also like to say a very big thank you to you. Love you all. And for those of you who are still about to subscribe in advance, I would like to say a huge thank you. Just subscribe if you haven't subscribed, please. It would make me happy. Okay, now, so the two letters I got from these two guys, one of the guys is a Dutch guy, that lived in Nigeria so many years ago. He was an expatriate there. And the other one is a Nigerian guy that is based in the Netherlands, studied and got a nice job and decided to settle back in the Netherlands. They sent two interesting letters. I would like to say a very big thank you to these two guys. I really appreciate the effort of writing in. The two letters are very long, so I'm going to just summarize. You know how they taught us back there in school now. Pick up the salient points, and tell the important story. So I'm going to summarize and not summer blab, eh? Straight to the letters. The Dutch guy said so many years back, the Dutch guy is not my husband though, because you guys will be thinking, is Anita talking about her? Nay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about some random guy out there that wrote a letter to me, eh? Good that I cleared that up. I remember to clear it up. Okay, now, the Dutch guy so many years back was sent to Lagos, Nigeria to work. So, before he left, he got some kind of culture lecture here. And summary of the lecture is, no matter what you do, try as much as possible not to interact so much with the locals, And also when he got back, when he got to Nigeria to work, and he had a discussion with the Nigerian guys he was working with, and it was the same story they tried to tell him. They also discouraged him from interacting with the locals beyond professional level, you know what I'm saying? So he abided by this rule, but after like 8 months, he got so bored, because the average lifestyle of an expat in Nigeria is Friday evening in the bar till Sunday morning. They are just like, that's the only place they are allowed to socialize. That's the only place they are given freedom to go to be without having to worry about their safety. But this guy was so very bored. He isn't a bar person. He going to the bar all through the weekend is not his style of socializing. And before he left the Netherlands, he had already heard about the Fela Shrine. And he had heard about Lagbaja's, cool spots. And he wanted to go to these places. He wanted to experience the Lagos social life, you know what I'm saying, to the core. But nobody would take him there, because even his driver refused to go with him alone. He would have to convince the other experts so that they would go in group. But the other experts were just satisfied with their bar social lifestyle. And I mean, this guy was like, no, I have to get a little bit more creative. And for him, he said he noticed that there was like a stop shop, like a small provision shop. Now, I don't know what they call it for Nigeria, that in his residence, and he decided to make friends with the owner, which happens to be a guy. And somehow, luckily for him, the guy that owns the shop now was sub guy. You know, the guy is also someone that is very social. So the guy, as long run, assisted him and helped him to, you know, socialize the way he really wanted to socialize. He went to Fela's shrine. He went to listen to Lagbaja sing a couple of times, and he went to a couple of comedy shows. You know, I mean, if you're living in Lagos, Lagos is the climax of all the shows, man. That's where everything begins and ends when it comes to fun. And this guy was privileged or opportuned to experience this life, but he said he had to take the risk. So his advice to people who are planning to go to the diaspora is, why don't you try and take a bit of risk if you're going outside to go and live or work somewhere else? I don't know. My reaction to that is, I don't want to say anything. I'm just going to throw it to you guys. Do you guys think he took too much of a risk? Do you think he was stupid? Or do you think, I mean, this guy just took his own social life into his hands and enjoyed his life? What do you guys think? And the second guy is a Nigerian guy, and the guy was like, he came a bit too I don't know the word to use, but to me, too you know what I'm saying? And he was like, look, if you want to socialize, you know, while living in the diaspora, you really have to know that socializing with other people comes with a lot of responsibilities. For instance, if you want guys to call you anytime they're going for a drink, always have it behind your mind that it's going to be Dutch. You know, we're going all Dutch, you know, and worldwide, we all know when they say they are going Dutch, it means everybody should come with their wallets. So if you want to socialize on a much more respectable level, always go with your wallets. Now that's the guy's, you know, advice if you really want to socialize on a healthy level. Another thing he said is, what he noticed is that, look, a lot of people eventually end up heartbroken while trying to socialize because they have this misconception or misunderstanding about people's character, you know, especially we Africans that came, some Africans that came from home, or Niger person, let me break it down, you know what I'm saying? You know, he says a Nigerian person that was a pathological liar or a colo mental person, you know, that found his way abroad, you know, people always mistaken that once he comes abroad, he's going to become another person. And he says, no, I mean, somebody that is not social, you know, somebody that is not social worthy, or somebody you shouldn't be interacting with, somebody you never would have interacted with back home in Nigeria, don't bother interacting with the person if you see the person abroad, because the person is only, you know, civilized when it comes to conforming to the rule of law that the society, the new society has forced him to abide with. But socially, the person is still not, I mean, the person is just like a risk, a social risk. Don't bother. In other words, he says, shine your eyes while socializing. That is, you know, I just summarized it. That's just what he's trying to say. Well, my reaction to the second letter, I would react to the second letter. The second letter, yes, I totally agree with him. When you're socializing, shine your eyes, you know, protect yourself, you know. But I think don't forget to enjoy yourself, you know. Don't throw it all in, but just enjoy yourself in the process. I mean, it's not so, you're not going to take responsibility for another person's stupidity, but also, when you're in the midst of a social gathering, remember to enjoy yourself. And as regards the going Dutch thing, I mean, I don't know. I beg to differ a little, because I know, man, we're Africans, we are Nigerians. That's what makes us different. The singular fact that, you know, You can be with a Nigerian person. You really don't have to start saying we are going Dutch. No. I mean, if I'm with my friends and I say you're my friend, buying 1 or 2 beer for me is not going to kill you, or me buying it for you is not going to make me go economically bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? I know, but I mean, back home, our parents would cook. We'll cook and invite the neighbors' children, especially during festive period. You know, they would cook in big pots and other people's children would be invited and we would share. That is what we are known for, sharing, you know, having that special, you know, togetherness, you know, not being too money conscious. That's what makes us special as Nigerians, you know. I mean, if you're going to be somebody's friend, I mean, the person should be able to call you 12 midnight. Babe, I need to talk to you. Be gay, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but, you know, we shouldn't lose our humane nature because we are abroad, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's my feeling. That's my own feeling, and I'm entitled to it anyway. So what do you guys think? Eh?